A quick interlude here, just some notes about the last problem that I did. Not that they were done incorrectly, but I realized I did something a little bit silly. Well, first of all, I spelled orthogonal wrong. I missed the H, so I just wanted to point that out. Also, so I think this is part of the second one, getting the orthogonal state. And I did something like this. So I got this relationship between A and B, and then I said something like, my marker was dying. I think I said that in the last video. So here we go. We have A squared plus B squared equals 1. And I was just taking this and putting it in for A, which is fine, and it worked. It got the correct answer. But why was I dealing with the complex conjugate of these when I could have just taken the complex conjugate of this and solved right here for A, which would be I B root 2. And now I'm not dealing with the stars. I'm not dealing with having to flip the sign of I later on. I already have this here. And now A can be put in right here. So now we have I B root 2 squared plus B squared equals 1, and then kind of solve the same way. So I B root 2. And so the reason why it didn't matter, I did it differently in the last video and it didn't matter, is because when we multiply this, we're multiplying it with the complex conjugate. So now that becomes negative I, and that becomes B star, and that stays root 2. So before, I just kind of had these flipped before, so I had this on the left side and this on the right side before, but it comes up to be the same thing. So I times I negative becomes just 1, B star B is still B squared, and root 2 times root 2 is 2, which is the same thing I got in the last video. But once we solve this, so we have another B squared equals 3B squared, which so that would make B equal to 1 root 3. But this is actually B now. This isn't B star, this is actually B. And we plug that in here, we have A equals I times 1 over root 3 times root 2. Now we don't have to get the complex conjugate of I. Now we have A already. So hopefully that helps. This is probably a smarter way of doing it rather than solving for A star and having all the stars and complex conjugates in there. Why not just kind of use A directly? So that's it for now.